Mike Gill, State of Corruption. We're talking about extortion today. I am telling you, these filthy animals are getting desperate. Look at Judge Anderson. I told you, and I did a video just a couple weeks ago, saying that order, that he was the hit judge. What he was doing is that they can't shut me up. So they got to shut me down. So Anderson took that upon himself. He had the ruling with the Department of Revenue. He gave the ruling with the banking department. But he's now on the case with Wiggins and Norrie. We didn't have any witnesses. They didn't have any evidence. They had Richard Head from the AG's office covering the corruption of the DRA and the banking. Listen, when you don't take their $50 million, which they were on, asking for release, the DRA and the Banking Commission, right? But what you have to understand, these are Anderson's orders. It's impossible to have the same judge on all of these. This is why we do have them. Now you're going to see a small clip of me telling him I'm going to put him in jail. And you know what? I keep every one of my promises. That asshole's going to jail. But that's what they're doing now. What you're going to see with Anderson ruling, latest ruling, from a divorce bill from 2007, with a woman that came forwards and said it was corrupt, they're getting into my business finances. After they hit me with the banking, the DRA, they want to know what we have left. Right, they're trying to silence me. We're in a race. All right, so let's watch this clip.
Okay, so Mr. Gill, you've completed to some extent anyway these interrogatories. Mr. Gill, what's your position?
These are not full and honest answers, Your Honor, in any respect.
I object, Your Honor.
Well, you don't have a chance to respond.
Well, you should be saying it's an honest answer. I gave you an honest answer. It's not his judgment to call it honest or dishonest, especially from him.
Okay, Mr. Gill, I want you to give Mr. Hilliard a chance to speak, and I'll give you a full chance to respond.
Your Honor, your order required full and honest.
Yeah, I understand that, sir.
The business interest in Interarching 9 in particular,
Right.
number 9, which is on page
5.
5, Your Honor.
Which number?
Paragraph 9, page 5. He refers you to page 4.
Correct.
Okay.
I think on page 4, there's something about mortgage specialists, like this information requested about mortgage specialists here was not provided. And
What are you looking for, the gentleman?
I'm looking for the information in paragraph Interarching 9, particularly the financial statements of tax returns of bad business, which he is either the owner or majority owner. He did not provide tax returns or financial statements requested in response to Interarching number 5, particularly with respect to the tax returns, which are referenced on page 3, Interarching 5I. It says working with AG to something. There's corruption. I can't read that.
What page are you on now?
The bottom of page 3, Your Honor. It's actually Interarching 5. So, right, with respect to tax returns. I see like writing, I can't. But in any event, that's not a response.
Okay.
There may be others. He put a question mark on Interarching number 15, which inquired about the amounts expended by him on his campaign for governor in the United States of corruption.
And that's, you're interested in that information?
Because it shows he has plenty of resources available to do all of these things. Therefore,
To satisfy. Okay, Mr. Gill, you've heard it.
There may be others. That was my question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, as the court knows, and Hilliard knows, we haven't filed the taxes in 5 years because it was corrupt. You ruled on the DRA, you know. So, yes, the taxes, hey, listen, there's been a couple million videos, right? Don't tell me you haven't seen it with the IRS. So you're trying to get the tax returns, you know that wasn't filed, and I am working with the AG's office under oath. And let's look at the other portion he asked for. State of corruption. Are we to forget that you two guys are stars in state of corruption? You want to rule on that? And he doesn't just ask for it. I'm assuming you read this, Your Honor, right?
Right.
Every line? Mr. Hilliard's request.
I've gone through his request.
Well, wait a minute. Did you read every line, Your Honor? You're asking me to sign it or go to jail. Did you read it?
Sir, the court doesn't get involved in discovery.
Did you read it? I asked you if you read this.
I have gone through it.
So you didn't read it. So, before you put me in jail, don't you want to know what says?
Mr. Gill, before, in this case, the court's getting more involved in discovery requests than it ever does. Discovery requests go between the parties. The court is generally not involved in that.
I understand.
I have read these
If you
requests
read
and
this
understand
state of
the
corruption that you're involved in, which is last video with 2 million hits, explains this. Now, listen to what they asked for. You ready? They want all.
What paragraph are you on?
State, page 7, 15. State of corruption websites, including the date on and the amount of each post. Listen, is this not extortion? We're attacking the state of corruption, which is the one arm that's defending. Now this second clip, you'll see that I turned around and they wanted information, you ready? On state of corruption. How many ads? How many posts? What did I spend on each? This wasn't anything else. But the people who are trying to extort us, they're afraid. They're nervous. They're taking that opportunity to finding how quick state of corruption and how fast we're growing. And we are growing fast, and they should be scared. Mike Gill, state of corruption. $250,000, you have something worth, say, 800,000, it clearly covers the judgment. This is why they use this, and this is why you changed from the auction, is to get into the business and hurt the business and it's the income. Why do you think he's asking questions about state of corruption and who works for me?
You want the financial statements still of the company?
Yes.
Sir, he's entitled to those. You're going to have to produce those. Do you have those here currently?
I don't have them with me. I didn't give him the accountant yet.
Who's the accountant?
Joe Tarrant,
Is he a solo or does he work with a
controller, company.
Is he an employee?
Yes.
You've objected, I know, in the past to people contacting your employees directly. Are you permitting Mr. Hilliard to contact him directly?
He can contact me and I'll contact
Well,
him.
he's contacting you now. So, I mean, the question is, I'm going to give you 2 weeks. Today's the 29th.
Well, wait a minute. You don't have to make a judgment. You didn't even read this. You're giving me 2 weeks and he's asking for every ad I put on state corruption and how much I spent on it.
I don't think he's interested in that as much. Is that fair to say, Mr. Hilliard?
I'm interested in any
Of course he's in.
statements about the company or Mr. Gill personally.
Okay.
So you're ruling that he can go over and I have to give him an itemized thing on everything I spent on state corruption that I've done for many years.
I'm not doing that. I'm ruling that you have to give financial statements of the company. How much time do you need to do that?
I'd have to ask the controller. He's the one handling it. As you can see on mine, I deal with very few finances.
It was sparse on details. You're right about that.
What is it?
There were not a lot of details in your interrogatory answers. I'm agreeing.
Everything I gave was honest. Let's not forget, this is corruption.
I'm going to give you till December 20th, so I'll give you 3 weeks to comply with that. You have
And to comply is the financials of the company.
financials of the company. Anything else you're looking for at this point, Mr. Hilliard?
Yes, Your Honor. I want any information establishing his net worth or income. He says there's no income tax returns. I want to have any...
You know something? They want it for the divorce court. But good, I'll give it to you. Just to show you everything that I'm putting down is 100% accurate.
All right. You've asked for bank statements?
Bank statements, personal financial statements,
None?
Well, wait a minute.
What are you asking for bank statements of?
any
Personal or corporate?
well, corporate and personal. Your Honor. He's personally responsible for this judgment.
I mean, the point is, Mr. Gill, there's a judgment against you. You've gone out to the Supreme Court. You've come back.
Well, we didn't go to the Supreme Court. The woman working for this guy was also under investigation. Carrie Lemieux was supposed to send it there. Only to the same woman who judges everything from McLean in the Superior Court, picks it all out. This is being investigated. Trump's guy's right here now. All right? Smile for the camera.
Understood. should serve, but there's a judgment. Maybe that judgment's going to be taken away at some point, but right now there's a judgment against you. You've got to pay that. And if you don't pay it, they're entitled
Not
to
if I can send you to jail first.
All right.
It's a race.
You have until December.